Receivers, Cooley top of the screen against Kenneth Lyons. Red Feather to throw. Red Feather going to the end zone. It is a touchdown. Cooley, the Bulldogs have the lead.
Two to the left, one to the right. In the backfield is Streeter with one more. Hand off Streeter, going to try to find a hole. He does. He's going to try to break another tackle. He does. Out to the 20. He's going to go for the pylon, and he's going to get in to the house. Reggie Streeter with his fourth touchdown scamper of the day gives Louisiana their first lead of the day.
You might want to look at Reggie Streeter with his fourth touchdown, but watch the block here. It looked like number 59 for the Vancouver Legion here was going to have the angle on him.
On the previous play, you know, they represent the city of broad shoulders.
The player with railroads.
And the throw by Dunhill is complete to Jamal Wooding, and he scores the touchdown on the very next play. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Wow, Atlanta derails the Chicago defense on that play. He gets behind him.
Everybody let him go, and Maurice Spurgeon was the only one back.
Two backs and three receivers as Marconi drops to throw. And no pressure on Marconi at all. The pass is picked off, and the defender, or the receiver, fell over. That's Koyama Shigeki, and he scores. Touchdown Legends on a pick six from Marconi. And the receiver fell over as he breaks for the football. Actually, Cooley thought he had a catch and was just trying to get his feet in bounds. And the Legends,
second down and 6. Titans down 4. Cantrell empty backfield, and Cantrell on his back foot. Touchdown! What a throw from Cody Cantrell to DR Sim. That was masterful.
I thought that for sure was going to be knocked away or picked off. Anytime you see any SFL quarterback scrambling out of the pocket, it's usually not a good sign, but DR Sim gets so wide open here that he has such a huge target there for
Step drop from Pickler over the middle. Another reception. Good
Had
a big game last week, and he's off to the races. No one can catch him. Baltimore are cruising here in the first half. Touchdown Vultures.
And we just talked about it. Johnny could not afford the mistakes. That's his second interception thrown here in his first half. Alvin Mack, I've said it time and time again, every time I call their games, he gets sideline to sideline as well as any linebacker in this league. He takes advantage of a bad situation and turns it to 6.
They'll start off with no Jared McChesney, and Josh Miller will throw. Looking top of the screen, it's picked off right into the hands of Iverson Gamble. A great start for Arizona. Gamble chasing down to the sideline, and Jeremy Mosley prevents a touchdown. What a play for Iverson Gamble, the 7th-year corner, and what a start for the Scorpions.
Second down and 10, 3 receivers. Now they go to Parker on a stretch. Haven't seen that much of the night. Breaks the tackle, and then another, and he's down at the 1. He looked into me, honestly. Let's see the replay again. Parker breaks 2 tackles. Orlando's just throwing a little bit of everything at him tonight, and he's off.
3 receiver set. William Dula in the gun. William Dula to throw, firing deep over the middle. Has a man, Jalen Miller, past the defenders, 5, touchdown, Carolina. Jeff Duffy in the chat just now saying Carolina is never out of it. Don't count them out yet. Well, there you go.
Bombs away, boys. Here it comes. Down the seam, just running to go, and no one's going to catch Jalen Miller. He's the biggest receiving threat.
And Legacy both off to the right side. And Garcia will pass. Garcia's in trouble, avoids a sack, fires deep down the field. The pass is caught. What a catch in traffic. It's a touchdown. Daniel Garcia makes an incredible play, launches it down the field to Clint Myers. And Clint Myers a little upset that Studwell's getting all the love. Over the outstretched arms of A.J. Levy, and Myers gets
Good evening, SFL Nation, down here where the stars shine bright, down here in Texas for Sunday Night Football. This is Chad Rowland, your play-by-play commentator. Tonight, we'll be seeing the Houston Headhunters taking on the Alamo City Artillery. And with me in the booth tonight is none other than one of the busiest broadcasters in the SFL, Brett Solberg, joining me. Brett, good evening. How are you doing tonight?
Oh boy, I'm having so much fun. The last I was at Sioux Falls in Florida was a barnstorm. I can't wait to see what Alamo City and Houston brings us.
Now, Brett, obviously we have a pretty good matchup here. Two teams in the Tex-Mex division. What is the key for the 2-5 Houston Headhunters to get the win tonight?
Basically, it's got to be a mentality of win out the rest of the season. You are at 5 losses. This is a top-heavy playoff scenario that we've got where we will surely see a 12 seed be a division winner, possibly at 500. That is slowly becoming a reality as we inch closer to the end of the season. So the mentality here for Houston is that they have to go balls to the wall at this point. That offense needs to show up big time, especially on third downs, and the defense needs to stop Alamo City and more specifically Brad Jones.
Yep, and Alamo City has a great rushing attack of Brad Jones. They are first in the SFL in rushing touchdowns and 5th in the SFL in third down percentage at 60%. So we should have a great game tonight. We're going to get the ball on the tee as it looks like we're getting ready to kick things off. Houston will be kicking this off to Alamo City. They have been the winners of the past 3 matchups Alamo City has, and Houston looking to get that 3rd victory. Sonny J's got the tee up. We are ready to go here down in Houston as we kick this one off. And that is going to be received by Ziggy Herenik. And it's going to be taken down just past the 25. And that is going to bring out Ace Fennick, the quarterback for Alamo City.
Yeah, and this is one of the 15 quarterbacks in this league that have over 2,000 yards of passing. And this is one of these quarterbacks that's going to be super efficient. He's got top 10 completion percentage in the league at 74.7.
3 wide receiver set here for the Artillery. Brad Jones in the backfield along with Thick and Juicy. Over the middle throw, that is caught. And it looks like Hank Earl Troll getting the first catch of the night for a gain of 4.
Not a guy that's usually involved in this offense. Only his 10th target so far this season, but his 8th reception, so he's still efficient in getting that football. We should see a lot of touches to the Cuban missile known as Greg Soto.
2nd and 6 here from the 28. Gun split formation here. He's got a back on each side. Fennick drops back, pressure coming to him, and he hits as he throws. And that was KT Slayer, the 7th season veteran with the pressure.
Yeah, and that's what this defensive line needs to do, is really pressure Ace Fennick as much as possible. And it's going to lead to the 2 main guys that are leaders in the sack department, Tom Tanner and what you saw there, KT Slayer. Combined 9.5 sacks between those 2.
Single right, doubles right formation here for the Artillery. 3rd and 6. Fennick drops back, looks over the middle, finds his target, and he's hit right at the first down marker. They're going to give it to him. That was Garrison Blue.
And Garrison Blue is that multifaceted tight end option for the Alamo City offense, and he manages to get a key catch here. He's usually used on those 2nd and 3rd down scenarios where they need a big first down, and needed there to kind of start off this drive. You don't want to start your drive off flat with a 3-and-out.
4 wide receivers, empty set here for the Artillery. From the 35-yard line, Fennick, short drop, looking on the slant route, finds his target, and that is Deuce Fennick right there with the first down.
And the ace to Deuce connection starting things off here a little early in the first quarter here, and Deuce will get himself a quick first down again for Alamo City, and this is really what they want to do. They kind of want to nickel and dime themselves to get those first downs.
Heavy set formation here. We haven't seen a run attempt from Brad Jones yet. Fennick drops back once again. Pressure gets to him. He gets down for a sack. And that is none other than KT Slayer again applying the pressure.
And Slayer had 2 sacks in their win against Queen City last week.
and it continues that big momentum. That Houston defense really needs to step up. And like you said, we haven't seen much of Brad Jones yet. They might be looking to start off the passing game early, so it's really gut check time for that defensive line.
Bunch wide receivers set down at the bottom of the screen. Fennick. Mid-drop, looking deep down the middle, and that is caught. Actually, that is picked off. That is an interception. Looking like Josh Rowe, the strong safety there with the first interception of the night.
And it wasn't too long ago that we talked about Josh Rowe and his streak of pick sixes and him being one of the best safeties of the SFL, and now he's had a little bit more of a quiet campaign. Get this, only his 5th interception this season, but that's a big one here to stop Alamo City in their tracks and give Dave Burr good field position here.
And as you mentioned, it does bring out the 4-season veteran Dave Burr, a one-time All-Star season 17. Burr, short drop, finding his back at the first down and more. GP Wells trying to get the spin move, and good tackle there by none other than Albert Begin.
Yeah, and GP had a really big game last week in that Queen City effort there. Was running all over the place for 143 yards and a touchdown. Not really used too much on swing pass options, but you should expect to see a lot of love from GP moving forward here.
Split back formation here. The Wells boys in the backfield. Burr drops back, looking to the out route, finds his target. That is DR Sim, the Hall of Famer, with a 6-yard gain.
And we are on DR Sim watch here this week because he is inching ever so close to the illustrious 20,000 receiving yard mark. So watch out for him. He's got 6 yards there. He needs 161 more, my friend.
Yeah, we're going to be indeed keeping an eye on that all night long. Gun split formation here for the Headhunters. Burr drops back, looking for the out route, finds his target, and be Mike St. Green there with the catch.
It's going to be one of those days where Dave Burr definitely needs to keep himself composed as much as possible. He's a guy that can be very error prone and get himself into a bad game interception-wise. He is 3rd most league interceptions with 23, and he's going to hope to keep things at bay for this Houston offense.
High form, heavy set here for the Headhunters. From the 34, that's a handoff to Wells, and that is going to be up the middle. Good tackle there to try to stop it by Mickey McGuire.
Yeah, and this Alamo City defense really needs to be ready for anything that Houston throws because they're really looking to, change things up every week to see if they can find that ideal offense. It's been a rough one so far for Houston. They're really not really finding their click, which has resulted to only 2 wins out of 7.
Split spread formation here. That is going to be a handoff, and that looks like it is Jalen Wells, the fullback. And let's go through this Headhunter offense really quickly. Dave Burr, the quarterback. GP Wells and Jalen Wells are your halfbacks. Mike St. Green, DR Sim, and Greg Corky are the wide receivers. Jim Copeland Jr. and Dan Curtis are the tight ends. Barry Simeon and Taylor Menor, the rookies on the offensive line tonight. 3 wide receiver set here out of the single right formation. 3rd and 4. Looking like ACA is going to bring the pressure. Burr, deep drop. He's going to fire to the outside. That is going to be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, DR Sim.
And who else on this Houston offense would you want to start things off offensively other than the doctor checking in for his 138th career touchdown? Nobody's going to touch him, not even me at this point. This guy is an ageless legend and is just breaking himself open. That's just the story of his career, breaking himself open from defensive backs. Houston on the board.
And let's just talk about this right now, about Dave Burr with a beautiful dime. I mean, didn't try to throw that too hard, just had enough loft in that to where Sim was able to burn his man, which, by the way, is a really good corner in Ralgar Law, and that's going to bring out Sonny J here for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Headhunters here at home striking first, as it is now 7-0.
Big start there from Houston, and that's what they really want to get going here is, start things offensively. Don't fall behind the buck, essentially. And right now, after getting an interception and getting points off of that turnover, that's huge for them momentum-wise.
Yep, that is what Houston needs to do in order to win this game. When they get the turnovers, get some points off of it, and that's exactly what they did. Kicking it off now to Ziggy Roenick. That's going to take it back past the 25, gets about to the 25 actually, and that's going to bring out this artillery offense. Will roll through this as well. Ace Fennick is the quarterback. Brad Jones and Thick and Juicy are the halfback and fullback. Hank Girl Troll, Ziggy Roenick, Greg Soto, and Deuce Fennick are your wide receivers. Garrison Blue is the tight end, and Charles Michael, the undrafted rookie, on the offensive line. ACA coming out here in the heavy set. That's going to be a handoff to Brad Jones, and he's going to be stopped right at the line with a gain of 0 yards, and that is going to be Tom Tanner there on the tackle.
Yeah, and we were talking about this, Chad, earlier before the game started. We were really thinking that Brad Jones is going to be the key to Alamo City's offense, and for that reason, we think Houston really needs to eliminate or neutralize any opportunity Brad Jones gets, and that's how you get it. No yards on that one.
2nd and 10 from the 25. 4 wide receivers here for the artillery. Fennick drops back, looking to the outside, finds his target, and that's going to be a first down, a little bit more. Greg Soto with his first catch in them.
Yeah, and the Cuban Missile gets himself going there. Nice little out route that got himself an extra little bit of space so that he can get that catch and run going too. And that's all effective if you can have that sideline full of space so you can keep moving forward, because that'll turn 8 into 12 yards. There you see right there.
We talked about it earlier, Brad Jones just getting his first run of the game, and talking with head coach Greg Soto, they wanted to get the ball to Jones as much as possible, consistently, no matter the yardage he gets, to keep their defense honest. Let's see if they can do that here. 1st and 10. Fennick drops back, looking over the middle, and what a catch there by Greg Soto, going over his man, one-handed, gets the first down in midfield.
Yeah, that's all about the leaping ability there, because you knew that Fennick threw the ball a little bit too high from Soto, so he did reach up a little bit higher, and it wasn't the 2-arm, it had to be one hand to make it a little bit flashy. Put that on your highlight reel.
Greg Soto trying to be a diva type of wide receiver. 1st and 10 from midfield, going over the middle, finds Garrison Blue, and that's going to be a first down up to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, they got back-to-back first downs as it's been through different targets. Now, Soto getting the last 2 first downs, this time going with Blue, just finding your tight end wide open. That's going to be, honest work for this Houston defense to know that, every receiver has to be covered.
Power I formation here for the artillery. It is going to be a handoff to Jones. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to get past it. Gets about 9 yards. Try to get a first down, but could not. That was a good tackle there.
I was initially thinking that Jones might break out to the outside, but he decides to cut in a little bit, and it still gets some decent yardage because he keeps pushing forward despite the pushback from Houston. Gets a nice amount of yards, 9 there.
Power I formation once again. 2nd and 1 here from the 29. Alamo City trying to get into the red zone. That is going to be a handoff to Jones up the middle. He gets past the tackle and gets the first down a little bit more, and that's going to take it to the 25.
Yeah, and Brad Jones is going to be that needle mover for the Alamo City offense, determining whether or not they're going to be effective during their drives. And right now, he's being as effective as he can be, getting those first downs, getting big runs when needed to. And now Alamo City's starting to threaten here.
Single left, bunch left formation here. Fennick looking to the outside, the out route, finds his target. That is Earl Troll again, and that's going to be a gain of 6.
Yeah, you got to love the spread of the wealth idea here from any SFL team, especially from Alamo City. Definitely spreading out this wealth. Jones is getting some touches on the ground. Now you're seeing, the third receiver involved in all this here. Hank Earl Troll getting himself some touches. You got Blue and Fennick getting some touches too. It's really making the Houston defense guessing.
Ace Fennick, 7 for 9 tonight so far, 64 yards. Fennick drops back once again, looking deep in the end zone. Open man, got his touchdown. Ace to boost connection.
They're calling it out of bounds. He had a foot out of bounds there. It looks like possibly challengeable. I would say that's close. I don't know about you, Chad, but that should be touchdown Alamo City.
That's what I was thinking. He looked like he had his foot in. I thought it was just plain as day, but apparently not.
No challenge either.
Wow, that could be a call that may come back to bite him. Nevertheless, 3rd and 4 here from the 19. Looking, finds Brad Jones on the screen pass, and he is going to get that down, but barely, as he gets to the 15.
Boy, that last play was close there. It's a good job from Alamo City to recover from that all and still manage to get a first down out of that from Brad Jones on the swing pass. Now they can kind of settle themselves down a little bit here. They're inside the red zone. They can open up their playbook.
The Headhunters owners, DeMont Simeon and Mike St. Green in the chat telling us both out of bounds, so I guess we were both wrong. We'll see. 1st and 10 to the outside, finds his target. Hronik with the catch for a gain of 6.
Now, yeah, again, spreading that wealth again. Now Hronik getting involved. That's his first catch of the game now. And that's a big thing for Alamo City. You wanna make sure that you have that defense guessing where that target's going to be thrown to next. And now, inside the 10, you got to get really guessing now if you're Houston's defense.
2nd and 4 here from the 9. Split back formation for the artillery. Fennick drops back, looking to the outside, finds Brad Jones. He runs out of bounds, maybe lost a yard as well, and that's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and if you're going to go with that check down swing option, you have to throw that faster because your running back has to have enough space to turn the corner and make sure that he at least gets to the line of scrimmage. If he's catching that on the sidelines, that's almost guaranteed to be a loss.
3rd and 5 here from the 10. 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Brad Jones in the backfield on his own. Fennick, short drop, looking to the out route, finds his target, but he does not get the first down. Deuce Fennick did not turn upfield quick enough, and that's going to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, couldn't keep his feet in to at least turn a little bit to get to the first down marker. And, you know, a 50-50 called touchdown turns into a chip shot field goal attempt for Alamo City. Not what they were looking for here.
And look at this, Brett. They're going to maybe try to get to the jump off sides here. 4th and 1 from the 6. And they did! And they did jump off sides. Free play. And Alamo City will get another first down. That was Butch Minner.
Yeah, not just a free play. That's a free first down given. Just by discipline needs to be one of the things that every team needs to tell their defensive line, especially in these 4th and short situations in the first half. Don't even think about jumping. But geez, now it's going to be 1st and goal for Alamo City. They have given them a chance to possibly tie things up.
Yep. Houston was thinking they were able to hold them to a field goal, but with Butch Minner jumping off sides, that gives them new life. 1st and goal. That is going to be a handoff to Brad Jones. He gets up the middle and gets to the 1-yard line. Thought he was going to be able to break through, but Slayer once again with a good tackle.
And Jones almost broke through completely there, but like you said, the key tackle from Slayer, just pushing him outside that goal line marker. And now Alamo City has to fight again to push that yard to the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 1. Looking to pass, and that is going to be out of bounds, incomplete, intended for Garrison Blue.
Yeah, that one was more clear cut there. That one is both feet for Blue were out of bounds, just a little bit overthrown from Fennick. It's tough to throw those passing plays. That's an ill-advised challenge personally.
And
there.
well, this is an interesting call here. You don't want to challenge the 50-50 touchdown earlier, but you're going to challenge this.
Boy, that's questionable coaching, if I have to say so myself. And I'm only minority owner. I don't know anything about coaching, but this one should be as clear cut as as the day is bright. Clearly, both feet were way out of bounds there.
So that R62 making an easy call there, as that is the call is going to stand. So Greg Soto losing a timeout there. It is in the first half. So, like I said, I think they should have probably challenged the first possible touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are. We're going to go ahead and get this one. So 3rd down here and goal from the 1. Weak eye formation here for the artillery. Look for Jones to go up the middle. Hand off to Jones, up the middle, walks it in, touchdown, Alamo City.
And the number 1 rushing touchdown team in the league gets number 12 on the board, and Brad Jones gets himself another marker, number 12 this season. He has been an offensive dynamo for this Alamo City squad, looking to get into the playoff picture here this week, and more importantly, an extra point away from tying this game.
Yep, Brad Jones, a menace when it comes to touchdowns in his career. And by the way, we talked about this earlier, but this is the first game that Brad Jones has faced his team that drafted him. So that's a storyline to talk about here tonight. The kick is up, and it is good. And the game is tied here at 7 with just under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
You saw the play extension drive there. Alamo City took their time. Over 6 minutes, 16 plays. That's exactly what the doctor ordered from them to tie this game.
And we are going to be kicking this one off, as we'll see what Houston will respond with here. As they're going to be taking that pass to 20 and get down to about the 25 once again. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategy being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everybody. Dave Burr coming up here in the split jacks formation. And there's going to be a drop back. He's looking. He's going to find it the outside. He's going to find his target. That's the backup tight end. That is Dan Curtis there with a gain of 6.
Yeah, and you can see he cut himself to the inside after a little bit of a stumbling catch too, but it still works to his benefit as he gets a nice 6 yards out of it, opens up that playbook for second down.
2nd and 4 here. The clock will continue to run towards the end of the first quarter. Weak eye formation here. The artillery looks like they're going to bring some heat. There's going to be a handoff to the outside for GP Wells. He breaks the tackle, gets the first down, and he's going to be stopped right there. Rain Rie there was the one with the contact.
Boy, did he fight for that first down yardage once he met with the defender at the line there. That's going to end the first here.
And that's going to do it here for the first quarter. All knotted up here in Houston. The Headhunter 7, Artillery 7. We'll be back here on SFL on YouTube. And we are back here in Houston, Texas. Chad Rowland, Brett Solberg in the booth. Ike McBride and Zach Holdorf in the stats truck for us. Thank you once again. And Cameron Irvine producing the game for us, as that is going to be Jalen Wells with the run.
Yeah, and now you see how Houston has worked that offense. They really want to use both GP and Jalen Wells as much as possible, try to split that load a little bit between the two, even though GP has overwhelmingly taken the reins from Jalen over the course of the season.
Heavy set formation here for the Headhunters. It's a handoff hit. Wait, he gets hit in the backfield. That looked like Yogi Barr was able to get to him first.
Yeah, and this Alamo City defense is starting to figure out what at least Houston's doing on the ground. There hasn't been too much of that outside stretch run. It's been a lot of inside runs so far from Houston, and that's resulted in that tackle for loss there.
4 wide receivers set here for the Headhunters. Burr drops back, looking over the middle, and that was just overthrown, incomplete, intended for Greg Corky.
Yeah, and that's going to lead to a little bit of a flustering 3 and out there, and not really what Houston wanted here, because that gives an opportunity for Alamo City to take the lead pending this punt here.
Did you guys miss any SFL action? It's hard to keep up with every play around the league. Check out the highlights of SFL games on SFL YouTube channel at Highlight Nation, YouTube's premier sports highlight maker. Subscribe to Highlight Nation and Victor's Valiant on YouTube for all sports highlights needs. As Ron Fox is going to be able to punt that away, and they're not going to get much on that for Alamo City as they're going to bring that offense back out.
Yeah, and it's all about how they're going to balance this run and pass attack here, because you saw early in that first quarter, they really went pass happy before going to Brad Jones. So it'll be interesting what they do on this drive here to start the second quarter.
And they're going to come out here in a strong power I. And that's going to be a handoff to Jones, and he's going to try to break to the outside, but he is stopped right there at the line of scrimmage. Alex Perez, one of the guys that was able to make the stop.
Yeah, not much of a gain there, and I think Houston's doing the right thing, really starting to key in on Brad Jones a little bit more here. And I would expect Jones to get another carry here on this second down, especially to see if they can get any momentum either on third down or if he can get the first down on his own.
Heavy set formation here once again. 2nd and 10 from the 29. There's another handoff to Jones. He's going to get up the middle and gets about 4 yards on the run. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that one was a tough one just to kind of gauge for Jones because he wasn't sure where to go. He kind of cut up the middle there, and he still got a decent 4 yards. So at least it gives Ace Fenix something on this third down.
4 wide receivers here for the artillery. Just under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Fenix drops back, finds his man over the middle. That is caught, and it's the first down. That is Ziggy Roenick there on the catch.
Yeah, very unorthodox low throw from Ace Fenix as well because it was just around the knees of Roenick as well, so he had to kind of crouch a little bit to get the catch. But the more important thing, he got the first down, and that's big for Alamo City.
Indeed, it is 1st and 10 here. Bunch wide receiver set at the top of your screen. Looking like Fenix is going to try to change the play at the line. Looking for the out route, finds the out route. That's Garrison Blue with the first down, a little bit more to the 44-yard line.
And we've seen this once already out of this Alamo City offense, but the tight end out route has been really paying off because Garrison Blue's just getting himself open for a catch and run opportunity. It just seems like the defensive backs aren't ready for Blue to get that catch on the formation.
No, they were not ready for Blue to cut down to that out route at all. And Houston's defense going to have to pay attention to that. As that's going to bring up first down here from the 44. 3 wide receiver set here. Brad Jones backfield. Looking over the middle. Finds his target. And that is Garrison Blue again with a gain of 8.
Yeah, it just feels like now that Ace Fenix is starting to get into his zone a little bit here, it's starting to become, again, that spread the wealth opportunity. Garrison Blue getting another catch here, and it's starting to move Alamo City forward, and that's really what they want to do after Houston scored first.
And speaking of spreading the wealth, poll in the chat, should I give Eddie a timeout for channel for his behavior?
Yes.
Absolutely, 100%. And that's going to be a handoff to Brad Jones. He's going to be able to get the first down. So go in there and hammer that yes button if you can. He needs a timeout for sure.
Well, we're probably right now we're at 10 votes. It's probably going to be 9-1 in favor of yes, to be honest with ourselves. But nonetheless, another big first down for Alamo City. And again, they're chewing up a lot of clock here. This is another big drive for them. I believe this is play 8.
1st and 10 here, gun straight. Looking like 50XA spot, and that's going to be fine. And then that's going to be over the middle, first down, intended for Garrison Blue to the 18.
Yeah, and they're really using their tight end on this drive here. But the thing is, he's been wide open for this, so why not go with the tight end? This is a fever dream for Mike Daggs right now. It's just, geez, if Garrison Blue's open, feed it to him.
11 votes and 54% of people said no. They're just trying to be nice to Eddie. They're just trying to be nice.
Boo.
Oh my. 1st and 10 here from the red zone for Alamo City. That's going to be a handoff to Brad Jones. Gets a spin move and doesn't get very far at all, as he's going to get about a yard on that run.
Yeah, and that was just a swarm of red on that left side. And it was just the wrong place for Jones to run. Maybe a stretch run to the opposite side. Could have gotten him a few yards, but that Houston defense was ready.
2nd and 9 from the 17. Look for that outside run once again from Jones. And it's going to be an inside run from Jones. He's going to be up the middle, untouched, up to about the 9-yard line. And that's going to set up 3rd and short here for...
Yeah, that was just an unsuspecting just run up the gut from Jones as well. A quick handoff, and Jones just bursted through that first level. I don't think the linebackers were even ready before he got to the second level and got the 9 yards.
31 here from the 9. Heavy set formation. That is going to be a handoff to Jones, and they are going to stop him there just short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and inches. Let's see what Alamo City does here.
Yeah, it looked like the left knee of Jones just touched behind the first down line, so they're going to mark it 4th and inches. And I don't think this is a bad decision here. Go with the chip shot field goal, at least get guaranteed points out of this.
Yeah, you've already lost a timeout due to the challenge, so you don't want to try to force them offsides again and try to make Butch Minter jump. So I think this is a good decision here by Alamo City as well. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. Matt Finnick has got it through the uprights, and Alamo City is going to take the lead again as they will be up now 10-7. Actually, this will be their first lead of the night.
And you know what? Points are points at this stage. And again, you look at the drive summary, 11 plays again, and they chewed up a lot of clock. Another 5 minutes. If they continue dominating time possession, Houston won't have a chance to score points.
And let's see what Houston can do here as they get this kicked off to them. As Corky's going to receive that from the end zone. And he's going to take a pass to 20 and takes it up to about to 23, where Dave Burke bring that offense back out once again.
Yeah, and right now Burgess has to keep himself composed. The last drive was a little bit, it petered out a little bit after their first down, and it resulted in only six plays for 16 yards. Really just focus on, I think what Alamo City is doing, just spread the wealth, make sure everyone gets involved.
1st and 10 from the 43. That is going to be a hand off to GP Wells. He's got some room on the outside. Gets past the first down a little bit more.
Oh, boy.
He's going to get past the 50. He's going to get past the 40. Are they going to get to him? They are going to get to him down to the 31. Big run there for GP Wells.
And if you're a fan of rushing football, you have to love the stretch play. Just a quick run to the outside, making sure your blockers are ready, making sure your offensive line shifts so you have extra blockers down the sidelines, and you just rely on the speed of your running back. And that's a huge start to a drive that Houston needs to score on, in my opinion.
Dan Curtis, a second season veteran, with the good block there to be able to open that up. There's a handoff to Wells once again. He's going to hit at the line for a gain of no yards.
Yeah, and right now Alamo City again probably wants to key back in on GP Wells to make sure that he doesn't continue carrying this momentum and give Houston a chance to either tie or take the lead here. So really, Alamo City's key is to stop whatever it takes.
Bunch set at the bottom of the screen here, 2nd and 10. Burr drops back, looking down the sideline deep, and he is open. That is touchdown, Greg Corky.
And again, we saw this with DR Sim on that left side in the first quarter. This time, they flip the play, go right, head to Greg Corky, who breezes by his defender pretty quickly, and it's pretty much a mirror image of the first 7 points that Houston scored. And there you are. Forget about, trying to milk up some clock. Let's try to run this baby down with one quick play and then throw that baby to the end zone right afterwards. My Lord, Houston, nice work.
Greg Corky making the move on Mickey McGuire there, the 7th season veteran, so that's no slouch to burn. So kudos to Greg Corky there. Good snap for Sonny J. That is up and good, and Houston taking the lead once again. Brett, as we see, this is a back and forth game.
Yeah, and you know what? If you're a fan of football, you love back and forth contests. And, I would say for at least the hearts of the veterans of Alamo City and Houston, you might not want that because you might get into some kind of cardiac shock. But nonetheless, this is fun to watch already.
Want in-depth stats all season long? Visit the SFL website at simulationf.net for info about the league and its 20 teams, and to see all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. And Alamo City coming back out once again to see if they can respond after that quick strike by Houston.
Yeah, and I think Alamo City's just going to go back to that tried and true, milk the clock as much as possible, use this last 3:48 to maybe even get a field goal to push this, to cut this deficit just to 1 point.
1st and 10 here from the 23. Finnick looking, finds the outside, and what a tip there. Incomplete. Zed Markov with the great deflection.
Yeah, you called it. It was just a fantastic tip of the football by Markov because the receiver was wide open. And if it wasn't for that tip of the football, that would have been an easy catch.
Yep, Zed Markov, the 4-season veteran, all 4 seasons in Houston. As that is going to be 2nd and 10 here from the 23. 3:45 left in the first half. Houston with the front 4, trying to get some pressure to Finnick. drops back, looking for the out route and tipped away. That was almost intercepted. J.W. Hartshorn, the rookie, the 14th overall selection, had an easy pick six.
And he almost had that tipped right into his hands too. You can see the motion of the hand go down and almost went to his other hand. That one's a tough one to grab there for Hartshorn. Thankfully enough, at least he got the tip out of it and is going to force third down.
3rd and 10 here for Alamo City. Finnick, deep drop back, looking to the outside, finds his target. That is a first down, a little bit more. Good catch there by Ziggy Roenick.
And a good job of just getting in front of his defender as well. Roenick did, because that one, it was kind of a little bit tough for Fennick because you had Hartshorn up front and then you had Kai Cash kind of right behind, so it had to be kind of a little bit more of an accurate throw, and he got it right on the mark.
Yeah, that was a perfect throw there. Perfect route ran, too, actually, by Roenick. 1st and 10 here from the 42. The clock continues to run here. 2 wide receivers, Brad Jones in the backfield. That is going to be a handoff to Brad Jones. He tries to get up the middle, but that is just stuffed right there. Alex Perez, one of the first ones to get to him. And let's take it to the SFL studios for a game break with Cam. Take it away.
One of the best, if not the best, catches of the week, Chad. Louisiana in Seattle tonight. And look at Lyric Da Vinci laying out for the touchdown. The Revolution take an early 7-0 lead in Seattle. Back to Houston with you and Brad.
And Brad Jones was able to break a tackle there and get about a 4-yard gain on play. Great catch there that we saw in that Seattle game there, Brett, by Lyric Da Vinci.
Yeah, that's one of those tough catches as well when a quarterback overthrows a little bit. The receiver has to leap and just lay out his body in efforts to grab that catch. Great job from Da Vinci to get that touchdown.
3rd and 6 here. Finnick drops back, looking over the side, and that is caught again for a first down. Ziggy Roenick has been a force in this game tonight so far.
Yeah, it's not just Ziggy Roenick, but like Alamo City has just dominated third down so far in this first half. Now 5 of 8 going into this drive here. And again, it's another fantastic route ran by Roenick, and just using his athleticism to jump up over the defensive backs to get that one.
And we have hit the 2-minute warning here down in Houston with a thin lead, 14-10. The Headhunters are in the lead. We'll be right back on SFL on YouTube. We are back here down in Houston. Chad Rowland, Brett Solberg in the booth. Ike McBride and Zach Holdorf in the stats truck. Thank you guys once again for doing the stats for us. That is going to be a handoff to Jones up the middle. Almost broke that tackle, but that's a very hard-fought 5 yards.
Yeah, and he was cutting the wrong way too. He had a wide open space on that left middle side. He goes right middle, runs right into a defender, and he just uses all the strength that he can to push for those 5 yards.
2nd and 5 here out of the gun formation. He's got Brad Jones to his left. Looking over the middle, finds his target, and that's the first down for Alamo City. Their 13th first down of the night.
Man, and they've been super efficient when they need to, and they are going with the tried and true option, reception number 6 for Garrison Blue. And if he stays open, as he has been throughout this game, he's going to be on pace for plenty of receptions.
And that's going to be a handoff to Jones. He's going to get just a yard on that Slayer once again with a good tackle.
And it looks like Alamo City's kind of ready to kind of chew up as much clock as they can left, and maybe just settle on the field goal here. We got 50 seconds left here on this second down.
2nd and 9 from the 14. 45 seconds to go. That's another handoff to Brad Jones. He's a little congested there in the middle. Doesn't get very far. As it looks like Alamo City is going to use their second.
Now that they're seeing that the run game isn't quite working here, they're going to use a timeout probably to change formations, more or less kind of slow things down a little bit, get back to their own pace, and maybe try to hit pay dirt on this third down.
3rd and 8 for Alamo City. They've been good on third downs all night tonight. Finnick drops back, looking, and that was tipped away almost intercepted, intended for Troll.
It's almost interception there from Corey Menner. And yeah, that was a perfect route ran by Hank Earl Troll. And again, that was just a tough throw for Fennec to make there, and it was just a little bit off, which resulted in that Corey Menner pass deflection.
And that is going to bring out the kicker, Matt Fennec, here to try to shorten this lead to 1. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good from 30 yards. So Alamo City cuts it down a little bit further, as it's now a 1-point game here down in Houston.
And again, another long drive here. They used as much clock as possible, another 3 minutes, another 12 plays. You can just see just the play splits, just Alamo City dominating this game on the play front.
Be interesting to see what Houston does here. 33 seconds to go. They'll probably just try to run the clock out, but it would be interesting to see if they actually try to get some points on the board, as they may have a shot here. Is this going to get past the 30, past the 35, and Mike St. Green on the return down to the 37.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting situation here for Houston. St. Green giving you a little bit of opportunity to maybe start thinking about passing deep on these last 27 seconds here. But it all depends on what Damon Simeon and company on the sidelines want to approach this.
1st and 10 here from the 27. Looks like they're just going to run the clock out, as they will indeed hand it off to GP Wells. And he gets hit hard in the backfield. What a hit there. Look like Mickey McGuire laying the...
Yeah, that was just a poor job from the offensive line to give Wells the coverage necessary. It felt like that defensive line, along with the approach from Mickey McGuire, just demolished any opportunity for coverage.
Interesting formation here. Are they going to snap it? They are indeed going to snap it. Burr's going to drop back, looking over the middle, finds his target. That looks like Mike St. Green there on the catch, as that is going to do it here for the first half.
You know, not a bad way to end the half. At least end it on a high note. Get that first half catch from St. Green.
And that is going to do it here for the first half. Houston with a very slim lead, 14-13. And Brett, what have you seen so far here that really stands out to you in the first half?
It's really just been a possession dominance from Alamo City, which has kind of caught Houston a little bit behind here, despite the Headhunters scoring first. It's when the Alamo City finally got into their own their own cadence. You saw the big and long drives, the 16 plays for 71 yards, 11 plays, 12 plays. Those are the ones that are going to milk up so much clock, and you just see it from the discrepancy from play calls and time of possession. And it's kind of forced Houston to kind of rush things, but it's come to their benefit, because their 2 touchdown plays have only come, or 2 touchdown drives, I should say, has only come from 9 total plays. So this has just been a great response from Houston, but they need to find a way to milk the clock themselves, these headhunters, so they can continue carrying this lead and winning this game.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, time of possession for Houston, 5 minutes here in the first half compared to 16 minutes and 18 seconds for Alamo City. One thing that stands out as well, Alamo City 6 of 9 on 3rd down. That's going to be something that they keep an eye on. If Houston's defense stopped them on 3rd down, then Houston could probably try to run away with this one. But other than that, I mean, the quarterbacks have both been very efficient. Dave Burr, only 8 attempts for 107 yards. Ace Fennec, 18-25 so far, 177 yards.
Yeah, and that just comes from the play discrepancies there, as Houston hasn't been out there quite offensively. Just a total of 17 plays, and get this, Alamo City has 15 first downs. They just about have as many first downs as Houston has plays just from this first half.
Yep, and Houston will receive the ball here in the second half. So we will see if they were able to start off on the right foot here. The coaches already making their halftime adjustments. We'll see what they come out with here, as they will kick it away once again. And that will be kicked off to Mike St. Green. And that is going to be taken past the 20 and gets about to the 24 as Dave Burr will come back out once again to lead this offense.
Yeah, and really Houston's key here should really start focusing on, like I said at the halftime report, dominating the time possession themselves. So maybe them to slow it down a little bit. See what GP and Jalen can get you in just in terms of the ground game for this drive.
1st and 10 here from the 24. Empty set here for the Headhunters. Burr drops back, looks, finds the slant route, and that is going to be caught. And that's going to be a first down there. Greg Corky on the reception.
And they're going to go with that quick fire offense. They had 5 receivers open. One of them was eventually going to get wide open. In this case, it was Greg Corky, that middleman on the 3 slant receiver set, and it just benefits them for the first down.
Yep, Houston coming out firing here in the second half. And you're going to see a strong high formation here for the Headhunters. Looking like Alamo City's trying to bring a bunch in the box, and that's going to be a handoff, and he's stopped in the backfield. Yogi Barr with the tackle for loss.
And this is what Alamo City needs to do, knowing that Houston probably wants to chew up some clock in their own right as well, is to stop that run game, force Dave Burr to throw that football, because we know about his erratic ability, especially during the first half of the season for Dave Burr. See if you can see for Alamo City's side if they.
And that is going to be a handoff there, and they're going to stop him in the backfield again. And it looked like Jay Mart was back there making the tackle for as well. And that is going to bring up 3rd and 13 here for the Headhunters. 4 wide receiver set. Looking like Alamo City in a dime 3-2 defense. Burr drops back, looking and trying to find a tight end, Jim Copeland Jr., on a short route. Kind of a head-scratching decision there, as that is going to bring out Foster, and it's a 4th down. So Alamo City will be receiving the ball here for their first possession of the second half. Let's see what they do. As me and Brett talked about earlier, Brad Jones needing to see if they can get the ball running more there. And that is going to be punted away as they will receive it there and get to the 39, as that's going to bring out Alamo City once again. And looking at the stats so far, guys, I mean, 16 attempts for 42 yards for Brad Jones, only averaging just over 2.5 yards per carry. And this Houston front seven's been doing a good job of keeping him contained tonight. There's a shot there of Greg Soto. Split back formation here for the artillery. That is going to be a handoff to the fullback, thick and juicy, as he gets no yards on the gain. And that is his first attempt of the night, as KT Slayer there on the tackle. We'll go through this defense real quick. Alex Perez and Tom Tanner, the ends. Butch Minner and KT Slayer are the defensive tackles. Jason Peace, Garrett Evans, and Zed Markoff are the linebackers. J.W. Hartshorn, Kai Cash, and Corey Minner are your corners. Dedrick Law is a free safety, and Joshua is a strong safety. That's a pass deep down the sideline. That is Finnick, and he is gone. Actually, it's Greg Soto. Nope, take that back. That is Deuce Finnick. I apologize. I had it right the first time. Touchdown, Ace to Deuce. And just burning his corner. Look at this route there. As Kai Cash, not an easy corner to burn in. Finnick just down the sideline. Beautiful throw there by Ace Finnick. And that is going to bring in Matt Finnick here. So a lot of the Finnecks being called here tonight, as he will set up there for the extra point in Alamo City. We talked about they needed to strike quick, and they did indeed there, setting the tone here in the second half as they will take the lead here down in Houston. This has been a typical South Division matchup. High snap, but good hold there as Gordon Jennings was able to contain that, and the kick is good. And if you're liking this game so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of the SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. And, you know, I haven't said it lately, but 10 years has been quite a while. And kudos to Cam Irvine and the rest of the league for keeping this going. And Mike St. Green trying to do his best Kanye Rockefeller impression as he gets that past the 30 to the... Mike St. Green is one of those guys that could be a big playmaker, a big difference maker on a team, as he was an all-star back in season 17 in his London night days. I'm sure he is enjoying his time in Houston as he doesn't have to wear those yellow socks anymore. As it is going to be 1st and 10 here from the 33. Bunch wide receiver set down at the bottom of your screen. Burke drops back, looking, finds the out route, and that is a good open field tackle there by Jeff Spicoli on Gray Corky. And that is Corky's 3rd catch of the night, as that is going to bring up 2nd and 8. So Houston coming out, 5 wide receiver set. Burr drops back, looking over the middle, finds his target. That is Mike St. Green right there, down to the 40. And I already discussed it earlier. Mike St. Green can be a big playmaker, and he was right there on that play. Taking a look at the replay here, I mean, I don't know who he burned exactly to get there. Mickey McGuire really not having a good game so far. Got burnt earlier on a touchdown. And now getting burnt here again by Mike St. Green. But hell of a throw there by Dave Burke. 1st and 10 here from the 40. That is going to be a handoff to GP Wells. He's going to get a 1st down a little bit more as he gets out to the 26. And Houston is marching down the field. That Alamo City defense, nobody even touched him until he got to the 1st down mark. As you can see here, nobody there at all. Good blocking up front, as GP was able to get those yards. And as you can see today, 8 attempts for 48 yards today for GP. Not used in the passing game as much as he used to be in the past. And we're going to come out here gun straight, 1st and 10 from the 26, 7:07 to go. Burr looking, finds his receiver, and that is going to be just a gain of 5, but that is Greg Corky, the always reliable Greg Corky there on the catch. Just a little short in route there, as that is going to bring up 2nd and 5. As you're going to get a good look there at Juke and Rukin. We haven't called his name tonight, but we could here eventually. As that's going to be a heavy set formation here. And that's going to be a handoff to Wells. And he gets past the defender. Wells walks in there for a touchdown, and Houston strikes again. What a run there by GP Wells. Was able to get past the defender. And once he did there on the line, was just gone. What a move there by GP. The 3-season veteran, an all-star in season 18. In his 2nd season here in Houston. And this, like we said before, and I'll get my partner back here in a little bit, but this has just been a back and forth typical SFL South Division game. As that's going to be a good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. And Houston strikes once again, as they extend their lead by 1 point. So that's going to be 21-20 here in the 3rd. Hey, don't leave this broadcast without joining our Discord server. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. Join to check out the content of teams and about the league created by the community. Participate in pick'em games, play SFL Fantasy Football, and test your skills in the Survivor Pool. To join our server, visit simulationfl.net. Click on the Discord icon on the menu. The SFL community, 2,000 strong. We will see you there. And I can tell you this, guys, I was horrible in the Survivor Pool. I only think I lasted 4 weeks. So if that tells you anything, don't listen to me.
Until we get Brett Killian back, Chad, how about help you out in here? Nice job filling in while he's been away.
Well, look at this. Joined by the man himself, Cameron Irvine. 1st and 10 here from the 22. 3 wide receiver set here out of the gun for Alamo City. Finnick drops back, looking deep down the middle. Finds his target. That is the tight end, Garrison Blue, out to the 44.
You said it best, Chad, earlier when you were talking about this is just another classic SFL South Division rivalry. These two teams are bringing their A game tonight. Playoff atmosphere. Finnick with his 20th completion of the night.
Yeah, Finnick has been looking really good. Garrison Blue has been a huge target for him. 7 catches, 90 yards tonight for the tight end. Probably one of the better games I have seen Garrison Blue be in his career so far. 1st and 10 here from the 44. Brad Jones, the lone back. Finnick moves around the park and finds Blue once again. That's another first down to the 46.
Exploiting Houston short middle, Alamo City has had a ton of long drives tonight. Blue now up to 90 yards on 7 catches. That's what made that last possession so bizarre with the 2 plays. It was their lowest play count since the interception on their first drive.
Split back formation here out of the gun. Finnick looking for the out route. Finds that out route. And that is Greg Soto with another first down again, Cam.
Chad, you think that Mike St. Green has gotten tired of watching everyone else on his team score tonight? I think he's probably sick of it.
I mean, I'm sure he probably is, you know. I mean, he's
Never
made some
heckle
good
the
plays.
man on the microphone.
That is correct. You don't ever do that. And there's a handoff to Brad Jones, hopping over the defender and get a gain of 4. And those are hard-fought 4 yards there, Cam.
The Brad Jones revenge game, and Houston doing a pretty nice job bottling him up so far tonight. They're making Ace Finnick beat him. Unfortunately for Houston, he's having a pretty good night himself. He had a great ball game here.
Yep, 17 attempts, 46 yards. Finnick seeing something in the defense to change the play here. Look for an out route towards the bottom of the screen, and it's not going to be. See, I'm wrong. That's a handoff, but it's going to be stopped in the backfield. Kai Cash, the 7th-season veteran, with the tackle for.
Kai Cash picked 6 last week, and he's up to 4 solo tackles tonight. Rowe leads the defense with 7, but those 2 were excellent in Houston's win last week.
Yep, indeed, they did beat Queen City last week pretty handedly. Bunch set down at the bottom of the screen. Finnick sees the pressure, tries to get it to his check down. He does, and that cost them a little bit as they were getting nowhere, as that is going to end the drive there for our Alamo City.
The question is, are they going to kick the field goal now? That put them in a difficult spot. Finnick is 13 of 14 on the season, and they are going to try the long one. We saw in Brett's first game of the night, we saw a 51-yarder go off the crossbar and in.
Yeah, on the backside of the crossbar. That's something rare you don't see every day. As we are from the 34, Finnick, good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good from 51 as Finnick takes the lead back here for Alamo City. But if you're Houston, that's exactly what you want to see if you're going to give up points.
Back and forth we go. That is the 6th drive of the last 7, not including Houston's couple plays at the end of the first half. 6 out of the last 7 drives have resulted in scores. Kind of reminds me of the Alamo City-Mexico City game last season.
And they're going to take it to the 25, Mike St. Green. You see, Cam, we talked about this before. He wasn't getting enough play on the field, so now he has to start returning kicks.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, there's nothing more to be said about that situation. We all know that Mike doesn't walk into any room without a pen to sign autographs.
There you go. Without sunglasses and a pen. 1st and 10 from the 25. 3 wide receivers set here out of the single back formation. That is going to be G.P. Wells. He's got some room on the outside, past the 40, past midfield. He's going to get past the defender right there, and he is gone. That is past the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Houston, they struck very fast there, Cam.
Dang. He has got some juice. My gosh. I don't know what speed he hit there, but I think he ran a 4.240.
I mean, I think he did. I mean, Jay Mart.
They changed the camera on me.
Jay Mart looked like he had a shot there to get him, did not. And then it looked like maybe Spicoli might have had a shot there. I couldn't tell who it was exactly. But, man, I mean, he turned on him after Burris Cam, and he was just gone.
DeMond clocked him at 30. I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, seeing it, I believe it too. I mean, that was a 75-yard touchdown there for GP Wells. He is now over 150 yards on 11 attempts tonight with 2 TDs. Big game there so far from GP. And the kick is up and good. And I keep saying it, back and forth South Division slobber knocker once again.
Man, what a game. I mean, Houston certainly not playing like a 2-5 squad. They've been playing better, particularly on offense over the last few weeks, after it really felt like they had hit their low point against Baltimore in that difficult showing. And, I mean, they've looked like their season 19 selves ever since.
Yep, and Devon Simeon bringing up a good question there in the chat. Now, the question is, how rested is this defense? That they were not out there very long after a little bit of a drive there from Alamo City. So let's see what the defense can do. That's going to be 1st and 10 here on the 22. 3:04 to go here in an action-packed third quarter so far. Power I formation here for the artillery. And that is going to be a handoff to Jones, and that is going to be cuts back up the middle. Thought about maybe he's going to go to the outside cam, but he just did not. He broke up the middle, got 4 yards.
That's really been the difference in this game. Houston's ability to score fast has kept Alamo City on their heels. Houston just 28 plays tonight and 28 points on the board.
And it looks like Phoenix is going to be changing the play here, seeing something to the defense. He's going to hand it off to Jones. He's got a good block on the outside there. Look at the tackle there made by Josh Rope. And we are going to go now to Cameron Irvine for the game update. Cam, take it away.
Now I'm just showing off. Liam Hammer, no catches before his first touchdown. Now he's got 2. 21-0 Louisiana on top of Seattle. Back to you, Brett and Chad.
All right, and that is going to be a throw right there to Ziggy Roenick as he gets the first down to the 36. And the clock continues to tick down. 1:45 to go here in the third quarter. As you're going to see a 3 wide receiver set here. Finnick drops back, pressure coming to him, tipped away. Looked like Zed Markov had an opportunity for a pick and drops it. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Gotta love technology, Chad. I'm back here.
There he is.
It looks like things have gotten a little bit wild here as I've left here. Houston now with a nice little 5-point lead going on. For any of those coming back, such as myself, or are new to the game, you want to give us a quick recap of what's going on here in this third quarter?
Yeah, a lot of things. Back and forth points. I mean, one team gets a touchdown, another team gets a touchdown. It's just been quick strikes all quarter long here. 2 wide receiver set here for the artillery. Finnick drops back, looking for this running back, finds Brad Jones. Jones tries to spin, doesn't work. It's going to set up 3rd and 8 here, Brett.
And yeah, and here's what Alamo City needs to do in a situation where a game is becoming back and forth, is that they basically need to continue dominating that time possession, which it looks like they haven't done too much of in this third quarter. They need to find themselves in that situation where they, can kind of get the rest of this drive sucking out the third quarter and parts of the fourth quarter here.
Finnick changing the play at the line. Out of the gun straight, finds Greg Soto, and that is not going to, as that is going to bring up 4th and 5.
Yeah, that one looked to be just like a last resort kind of throw to his out route option. That was a short out route as well. It just didn't end up working for Alamo City, and they're going to give Houston back the football, and what looks like they have the momentum so far. So Alamo City's defense has to be on check in this ensuing drive.
Yeah, just to fill you in as well, GP Wells, 75-yard touchdown run while you were gone, Brett. High snap, and oh, that was almost blocked. I thought the Headhunters got to it. Mike St. Green's going to try to make a play here. Does not. Gets out to the 30.
Yeah, and right now, Houston, decent field position right now, and I think the right idea would be go right back to GP Wells. He has been, the dominating factor in this third quarter. Like you said, he's gotten the 75-yard touchdown. He's at a $158 on just 11 carries. Just keep feeding him the ball and see where he can get you. Yep,
and Dave Burr, only 13 attempts, but 11 completions. Been very efficient tonight with the offense. Heavy I formation here. Alamo City look at middle. Doesn't work. GP Wells spinning around. Look at this. Broke a tackle. Another spin. And GP is gone again. The 20, the 10, 5. GP Wells touchdown, Houston.
He says, you know what? I might have gone down for 75 yards on this one play. How about repeat performance? 70 more yards. That'll give me 145 yards on just 2 runs, my friend. And he is just making Alamo City's defense his, you know what at this point. It's just an amazing third quarter effort from one running back. This is Reggie Streeter-esque. This just reminds me of all the seasons that Streeter has dominated the league in just those 2 runs.
Man, I mean, I'm trying to catch my breath after that. I don't even know how to react. He did like 4 spin moves in a congested middle of the field there, in the middle of Alamo City's defense. Of that defense, GP says, "Nope, boys, I got this. Hold my beer. I'm going to the end zone." And there's the snap, and the kick is up, and it is good. So Houston extending their lead. I believe this is the biggest lead of the night for them, 35-23.
It looks like it too. And you see the stat line there. 228 on just 12 carries. You're talking about 2 full first downs per carry from GP Wells. And it helps that, 2 of your runs back-to-back are 70-plus yards. But even so, what a performance.
And I'll give him credit. That was a hard-fought performance. Somewhere down in Atlanta, BDG is watching and smiling on those spin moves. And that is going to be taken out to the 23 is Alamo City. I got to tell you, this is in Houston. The crowd is getting into it tonight. Alamo City's got to be able to respond to try to take the crowd out of this.
Yeah, and this has to be the drive where they respond with, and they can't really go with this nickel and diming effort, especially with how Houston's drives have ended up short time and they score. So Alamo City has to respond in kind.
1st and 10 here from the 23. That's going to be handled to Brad Jones up the middle, and he gets hit right there behind the line as Josh Rowe coming down from the safety position to make the tackle.
Yeah, that just seems to be the story for Brad Jones as well. He's getting plenty of touches here, but he's just not finding that big run. He's only had the longest of 9 yards so far, so it's really hurting Alamo City's chances here.
And that is going to do it here for the third quarter. Get your 4, 12, 86, and 68s in the chat. We're going to see how this fourth quarter ends down here in Houston. We'll be back on the SFL on YouTube.
Of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
And we are back here down in Houston. Chad Rowland, Brett Solberg in the booth tonight. Ike McBride and Zach Holdorf in the stats truck. Cameron Irvine on the production tonight. So thank you once again. Thanks for joining us, as that's going to be a handoff to Brad Jones, and he gets that yard back he lost on the last play. And that's going to set up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it's a tough 3rd and 10 here. Now you're in the fourth quarter. This is where it becomes crunch time for both these squads, but it's a big 3rd down for Alamo City. You're seeing Houston start to run away with this a little bit. 12-point lead. You don't want to fall far behind.
5 wide, empty set here out of the gun. Fennick drops back, the pressure getting to him, and down he goes. That is Alex Perez with the sack, with the pressure applied there by Slayer as well.
Man, what a fantastic showing from this Houston defensive line to just, swarm the running back core, and then finally getting to Ace Fennick. This is just the first sack of the game. On defenses, we were hoping to see multiple sacks to really set the tone for this game, but Houston finally gets one here early in this fourth quarter.
Man, I got to tell you, tonight I have been very impressed with the front four of the Headhunters, right? I mean, that was Butch Minner actually on the sack by Butch, but this defensive line has been able to Brad Jones contained all night long. You don't see Jones really run, Brett, or you see him run a lot, but you don't see him running 2.2 yards per carry kind of run.
You know, it's one of those things where we can just reminisce back to last season and how Houston was defensively. They were really good at shutting down the run game, especially preventing touchdowns and then forcing turnovers that way.
And it looks like there's a penalty on the play, and it's going to be down for a sack, but I believe that was encroachment there on the defense. Let's see what the call is from R62. It is indeed encroachment on the defense. Juke and Rukin jumping off sides as they give a free 5 yards to Houston.
And this is to be expected from Alamo City's defense because you're starting to see Houston, pile on the points here, and you really want to try to get every advantage you get to really stop essentially the bleeding out of this. So, the jump ain't too bad, but you could have had a sack instead of the 5 yards on penalty.
Heavy set here for the Headhunters. That's going to be a handoff to GP, and that's going to be up the middle, breaking, getting first down. GP Wells at it again with a gain of 10.
Yeah, and this one, didn't have to worry too much. Just really focus on getting that first down marker, and he didn't have to rely on his quick jets to break free. He was just focused on shedding some time, getting that first down.
Power I formation here for the Headhunters. And that's going to be a handoff to Wells again, and then he's going to get about a gain of 6, and he's just going to wear down this Alamo City defense.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need to do here so that Houston, chew as much clock as possible, kind of, play the Uno reverse card as Alamo City did in the first half and dominate the time possession here in this fourth quarter.
2nd and 4 out of the gun formation here for Houston. 3 wide receiver set, GP on his left. Bird drops back, looking deep down the middle. That is caught! Mike St. Green down to the 6.
I was hearing earlier that Cameron Irvine was talking how Mike St. Green might not be a little bit happy that he's, being left without a touchdown here, and he is so close on that one. If he would have broken off that one defender, he could have gotten it. But the big benefit here is that Houston is threatening one more time inside the 10.
Mike St. Green really turning it up here in the second half. 4 catches for 73 yards tonight for the number 1 wide receiver. There's going to be an out route to the outside, and that was Sam, and that gets to the 1 as it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, just about gets to the end zone there, but couldn't manage to turn his feet to try to get to that front corner pylon. But it's still a decent thing because now all Houston has to focus on is just 1 yard to the end zone. This would be a perfect feed to Jalen Wells.
And I don't know if they're going to be doing that or not. Gun formation here. 2 wide receivers at the top of the screen. Look at the outside. Mike St. Green made it look easy. And the curse of Cameron Irvine coming back as he calls no touchdown for Mike St. Green. Well, there you go, Cam. Touchdown, Mike St. Green.
Yeah, and the more important part here is that it's going to break this lead open to 18, where we were thinking Houston was going to probably struggle on the points front. They have just exploded here in this second half. Broken this game wide open, looking like the Headhunters of old. This is what the Houston fans have wanted to see all season, and there you go. Another touchdown on the board here for Dave Burr.
And Houston just extending this lead. The crowd has been into it tonight. Houston rocking here at Jules Simeon Stadium, as that is going to be setting up the extra point here for Sonny J. Kick is up, and it is good. And APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your story to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. And Alamo City, if they have a shot in this game, Brett, they have got to score on this drive.
Yeah, it's got to be quick ones, too. They can't worry about chewing clock and then scoring some points. It's got to be quick hits for touchdowns.
Yep, and I can tell you one thing about this Alamo City offense. We've seen it tonight. They can strike very quickly. So let's see how they approach this drive. 7:32 to go here in the fourth. They're basically down 19. As there's going to be a bunch set here at the bottom of your screen. Finnick hands it off to Brad Jones, and that's just going to be a gain of a couple. And for what you see, Brett, with this Houston defense, I don't know if running to Jones is the right idea now.
No, I think right now, if you're going to go and keep Jones out on the field, you got to go with like some kind of empty 4-receiver set. Maybe go with a shotgun. But right now, running it is not the key, and heavy set is definitely not it.
Yep, heavy set once again here as they're going to hand it off to Brad Jones. He goes up the middle, gets a first down a little bit more, as that's going to take it out to the 35. And we talked about this, I believe, at the beginning before the game, Prep, with this Houston run defense is no slouch. I mean, they only give up 83 yards a game. That's 10th in the SFL.
Yeah, and they had a tough task with trying to, neutralize Brad Jones, who has been on a tear through these first 7 games here. But they've done a relatively great job in limiting him, and you can see that 2.5 yards per carry.
And that's going to be a check down to Brad Jones. He's not going to get anywhere, as that's going to be a gain of 0.
Yeah, and that one was a tailor-made screen pass play for Jones, and there just wasn't enough blocking around him, which caused Jones really to go in no man's land on that line of scrimmage there. Just an unfortunate play for Alamo City. And it might be time to, go away from Brad Jones. Look at possibly going with your reliables. I'm thinking Ziggy Hronik or Garrison Blue.
Split spread formation here. Finnick drops back looking for the out route, finds the out route on that 50X spot, and that is Greg Soto there on the catch, 35.
Yeah, and they're still kind of nickel and diming it here, but I'm not really a fan of that play, especially when time is starting to tick. You're under 6 minutes left to essentially score 3 touchdowns to get back and win this game, so you really can't be wasting too much time.
3 wide receiver set here once again for the artillery. 35 from the 39. Finnick drops back, looking over the middle, finds his target. That's Greg Soto. They're going to give him the first down, and that's out to the 45.
That one's a tough call there. You're not sure if where the football was at when Soto landed on the ground. That could be a challengeable case there for Devon Simeon, but not this time. They're going to let this first down go here.
Yeah, when you got a 42-23 lead, I think you don't have to challenge that. 1st and 10 here from the 45. Drops back, finding Hronik there on the short route. That's going to be a gain of 7 to set up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, not too bad of a play there. Quick slants inside for Hronik there, and he was managed to get open. Houston really focusing on that deep ball, leaving that kind of middle of the field open. But Alamo City really needs to start thinking about going deep. Got to get those, 10, 15, 20 yards in the air passes.
Yeah, they really got to start going down the field. This dink and dunk offense is not going to work here, and this won't either, as you have a power I formation here. Probably going to Jones here. 2nd and 3 from the 48. That is indeed what they do. They hand off to Jones, and he breaks that tackle, gets a first down, gets hit right there at the 40. And they're going to go no huddle here.
Here, power I? I don't know. I don't think you go hurry up here. I would spike the ball at least to change formations.
And that is going to be a handoff to Jones. He's going to get up the middle, or outside, and that's going to be a gain of 4. And they're going to stay in this no huddle. They must see something they like. 2nd and 6. There's the handoff to Jones. He's going to get the first down. And just past the 30 to the 29. And they're just going to keep running this play.
Let me guess. Stretch run right.
Your guess is indeed correct, as he's going to get stopped there. Just a gain of a yard. And here we go again. So obviously, this is the only play in this formation. As that is indeed going to be a stretch run again, and that is going to be it.
You can tell, you can see how tired Jones is getting too. He just keeps getting fed the ball, and he keeps running slower. Look at this here. He is chugging along.
Down. Yeah, he's got workhorse, but that's not working. As they are going to be now 4th and 7, and you got 3 timeouts. I mean, is that just basically saying you've given up?
Yeah, and they're going with the field goal here. I think that's conceding the game, in all honesty, if you don't go for 4th down inside the 30.
Yeah, Brad Jones just ran out of breath on that. There's a snap. The hold is up, and it is good. So Alamo City cuts the lead a little bit, but with a very funky play call there by Greg Soto, the head coach, that just basically, in my mind, I feel like you conceding the game there.
Yeah, stretch run right for what, 8 or 9 consecutive plays, and eventually Brad Jones is gonna, tire out and run like an 86-year-old man waiting for his meds, and it's so difficult at that point.
I would love to see an 86-year-old man run for his meds. And look at this onside kick as Alamo City does recover. Hang on, folks. We may have something. Let's see if the offense goes in that power I formation again.
That might have been a trick in disguise to make us second guess what Alamo City's doing here. They end up getting the onside kick, and look at the field position with it as well, with the football carrying after so many attempts to, scoop up the football. Almost gets them to midfield here, so Alamo City in good position too.
J.W. Hartshorn needs to find some stickum there on the sideline because he bobbled that thing like 3 times. I mean, he did drop a pick 6 earlier, so maybe that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
1st and 10 here from the 48. Look at this. They are not in the power. Wide receivers in the gun. This looks more like the offense I would expect. As it's going to be a 90-yard slants over the middle. That is caught. And this, if you're going to do no huddle, this is the offense to do it in.
Yeah, you got 4 receivers. You got a blocker in Jones as well. This is great.
And that is going to be over the middle, and that is caught that time by Ziggy Roenick. And they're going to continue to march down the field here with this 90-yard slants play. High snap. Finnick looking. Roenick once again down past the 20. They are in the red zone. 2nd and 1. As they're going to hurry up to the line here, and his guns quads left. Over the middle and tipped away. Maybe Hartshorn actually tipped it away there, making up for dropping the onside kick earlier. That's going to set up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it's a 3rd and 1 here for Alamo City. They can change up formations. We'll see what happens, but it's, interesting, last couple minutes here, Chad. I wouldn't have expected in this kind of game to get this kind of pandemonium.
3rd and 1 here. Finnick trying to do his best impression of the pistol offense. Finnick drops back, looking, fires, finds Garrison Blue, but he got rocked on that play. That looked like Zed Markov, sending him to Ouchtown. Population Garrison Blue.
Yeah, that I could feel that one in my stomach as well. Jeez Louise. Absolutely speared him through his pads, forcing a 4th and 1, and this is the one you have to go for.
Yep, and indeed they are. Split spread formation here out of the gun for Finnick. Look for an out route. And that is not, but that's a good play there. 1st down, good 4th down conversion there. The pass to Greg Soto. And may they see something they like. They're going to stick to the no huddle here. Let's see if Houston's defense adjusts. 1st and goal from the 7. 2:03 left to go. This should be the last play before the 2-minute warning. And finds his target. That is Greg Soto. Touchdown, Alamo City.
Yeah, on that last play there, Soto went with a slants in, and this time he goes with a deep 8-yard out route, and it just misdirects the defense, and that left him wide open on that left side, and now Alamo City's got some points here.
Well, we have hit the 2-minute warning. Alamo City trying to make this an interesting game here. The score, 42-32. We'll be back here on SFL on YouTube. And Alamo City's actually going to come out and try the 2-point conversion here. 3 wide receiver set here for Alamo City. Brad Jones in the backfield. Finnick drops back, pressure coming, finds his target. He found him. That is Garrison Blue. And the 2-point conversion is good.
And now they need to do everything one more time here. Get the onside kick, get the touchdown, and the 2-point conversion. Let's see if they can go 2 for 2 on these onsides now. It's an 8-point game.
Garrison Blue dancing in the end zone there like he was listening to pre-music before Access Live started. As Alamo City's already got one onside kick. Let's see if they get the second one. Target Hartshorn. And look at Hartshorn making up for that earlier catch there as Houston will retain possession.
Yeah, and now Houston can start thinking about chewing up that clock and, more importantly, chewing up Alamo City's timeouts if they can't get anything done. That's the big key here, is if Alamo City can work on the offensive side without timeouts.
GP Wells should be the bell cow here. 14 attempts, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns on the night for GP. First and 10 on the 40. GP gets the handoff up the middle. That's going to be a gain of, and that's going to burn the first time out for.
And you have to feel that Houston's offense is going to be pretty predictable. Go with the Wells brothers, see which one will handle the ball. And really, the focus here for Houston is, first down, and they probably will win this game.
And it looks like actually the backups are in for Houston here. So that was actually number 23, Carl Law, on the run.
Oh, wow.
Second is 6 here. This is kind of an interesting call by the Houston coaching staff. Law up the middle and gets stopped there. It's going to be 3rd and 3, and Alamo City is going to burn a timeout again.
Man, this is interesting to see. The Houston has their backups in, and I don't know if they can get their starters back out on the field. And some wonky play-by-play calling from both Chad and I, because we have to look further down our roster sheets here. But nonetheless, 3rd and 3. Can Houston get this first down?
Yeah, Barry Bergens is the quarterback. There's a handoff to Carl Law, and that is going to be stopped just short of the first down. So Alamo City gets that stop. And Jukin Rukin there, we haven't called his name all night, but he does make the tackle. That's going to bring up 4th and 1. Let's see if maybe Houston goes for it here, or they're going to punt it away. I would assume they would punt it, and they're actually not. Oh, they're going to kick the field goal. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this one should be from 48 or 47 and a half. So this is definitely doable, but we'll have to see if they can get it off.
Sonny J to try to ice this game, you would think. The good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good from 47, as that's going to extend the lead to where this is a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that's a big field goal here, because even if Alamo City gets a touchdown and an extra point, they're going to still be down 3. So again, it kind of forces Alamo City's hands to really go with a quick hit offense, which we haven't seen much of from the artillery offense. So it's going to be interesting what this last minute and 42 transpires to be.
And let's see what happens here. Alamo City has no timeouts at all. 1:42 to go. And they are going to be kicking this off to Ronick, who has returned some kicks before, and that is going to be to the 27-yard line. Tomorrow on SFL YouTube, Impact Monday heads to London. Late night party with the Knights and the Fort Worth Toros. Coverage starts at 7:15 Eastern with This Week in the SFL. And then Cam and Paul have your kickoff at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. It's another hashtag Impact Monday right here on SFL YouTube. I still prefer Monday Night Spectacular, but I know Mike Daggs is somewhere proud to hear that. 1st and 10 from the 27. Out route. And that is caught, and that is going to be a gain of 6 there to Greg Soto, and they're going to stay in the no huddle.
Yeah, because he didn't get out of bounds, so they have to go no huddle here.
2nd and 4 from the 32. Finnick drops back to get the pressure, and that's going to be a sack. That looks like, I couldn't tell if that was KT Slayer. Nope, it looks like Butch Minner on the sack there. 3rd and 12 from the 24. Finnick dropping, looking, finds that out route again. And Greg Soto, that's going to be 4th and 7. He does not get out of bounds. So that's going to let the clock run here. A minute to go.
Yeah, and they had to change formations here, so there's no other choice than to, let this clock run a bit and change it up. So they're going to go here. Looks like 4 receivers, trips to the right.
Yeah, 4 receivers indeed. Looking like Finnick is going to try to change the play call here. He does. Looking to the outside, finds the out route, finds the receiver. That is Deuce Finnick. He does get the first down, and the clock stops at 38 seconds.
Yeah, it's the three most important things. Receiver gets the catch, receiver gets the first down, and the receiver gets out of bounds. Ace to deuce works again. Now down to 38 seconds. They really need to find a deep hit, though. They can't go with these deep outs because it's only going to get you 10 yards per.
1st and 10 here from the 37. 3 wide receivers set at the bottom of your screen. Short drop, look for Brad Jones. That's not going to do it, as that's just a gain of 2, and the clock continues to run. 30 seconds to go, as you're going to stay in that same formation here, going no huddle. Fennick finding Jones again, and that's not going to work. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 7, and Jones is just exhausted.
Yeah, he's been the bell cow of this offense when he didn't really need to be.
And they're going to look to the outside, find Ziggy Roenick. That's going to be a first down, and they're going to get. And this is a big win here for the Headhunters there, Brad.
Yeah, huge win for them because they can't afford to lose any games moving forward. This gets them to 3-5, and now we get to seriously start talking about Houston's playoff chances here, because now they're in a situation where 3-5 teams, we've seen it before. A 3-5 team can turn into, a 6-6 or 7-5 squad by just winning out the season. So Houston's done a great job in turning things around here. 2 winners of 2 in a row now.
Yep, especially a game against a division rival, and that is going to end it right there. Slayer with a sack, and that will do it here down in Houston. The Headhunters with the big victory to improve to 3-5, 45-34.
Yeah, and it's all about that third quarter where we saw the domination of GP Wells coming to fruition, bringing out his inner Reggie Streeter, I like to say on that one. 239 on just 14 carries for him and 3 touchdowns at the end of the day, but 220 yards of total offense from Houston. Half of their offense came from the third quarter alone, and that was the difference maker. They got themselves back on track here. They're now up to 3-5, and they're carrying some serious momentum heading into the final stages of the season.
Yeah, GP Wells, a huge threat in this game tonight. 14 attempts, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns for GP. Had 1 catch for 13 yards. And like I said, I've been impressed with what GP did tonight, but I've also been very, very impressed with what the Houston front 7 did. Containing Brad Jones, 30 attempts, 81 yards. And look at this run right here, Brett. You missed it while you were... But just turned on the speed. Damon Simeon clocked him at 30 miles as he just scored right there on that touchdown. And then you have to see the other touchdown run. This one right here. Watch this run. Watch this. Unbelievable.
And it came from 2 straight running plays as well. 2 straight drives, just 1 play, 75 and 70 yards from each respective drive, and that basically broke the game apart, and they gave all the momentum carrying over to Houston's side. And Damon Simeon was talking about this season how he's trying to change things up for Houston and trying to get things back on track. Well, I think he's found the perfect formula here. 45 points, getting GP Wells going. Dave Bird did not throw an interception in this game. That is also a big key factor in this. Just an all-around great offensive effort from the Headhunters tonight.
Yep, and that strength of victory for Houston will help as they defeated Alamo City, who, by the way, coming into tonight's game, was just on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. They were 13th ranked out of the 12 teams that would make the playoff. And for Alamo City, I mean, you got to keep your head up, right? I mean, you played a good game. I mean, the defense really just contained Brad Jones. But when you look at Ace Fennick, 40 of 50 for 388 yards, 2 T's and a pick, I would assume the player of the game is GP Wells, and indeed it is.
Look at that, 14 carries, 238, and 3 touchdowns, and as you said, the 13 in the air, but just a dominating performance for what Houston needed this week.
Well, and that'll do it here down in Houston, Texas. For Ike McBride, Zach Holdorf, and Brett Solberg, this is Chad Rowland. Thank you once again, and we will see you next time on SFL on YouTube.
They do.